Today we're going to take a look at Last Christmas and what really drives this song along, so stay on. So how did George Michael breathe so much life into this simple 4-chord song apart from his fabulous vocals? Well, there are two things that are really stand out to me. The snare fills. I've always been drawn to those because they're never in the same place. They're constantly changed around. And two, the polysynth is very cleverly arranged. Let's have a look at that. So I've made up a little quick and dirty arrangement of this song, and I'm going to switch back and forth between the original to show you that we're in the ballpark in terms of tempo and key. So let's do it. So let's focus on those snare fills first. And I have my snare tracks here. I've just doubled up, layered the snare sound, but it's the same pattern throughout. And this was made on a Lindrum back in 1984. That's well documented. But I hardly think he programmed each of the patterns necessary to have all those snare fills in there for a good 4 minutes. I'm pretty sure they live overdubbed some during the mix down of the song or in the recording process. Because chaining together so many patterns with so many different snare fills, I really don't think they did that. But who knows, I wasn't there. But anyways, those snare fills are coming in from the beginning of the song, and they're constantly changed around. So next time you listen to the whole song, pay attention to those snare fills, a lot of them. So let's mute the synth here and the bass, and let's hear those snares. I really dig those snares, and together with the bass, it is an electric bass on the record. It's never been documented who actually played that bass. The producer says it was all George Michael, or was it Dionysus? We don't know. And another thing you also can hear clearly now is there's a lot of crashes throughout the song, often on the offbeat. And again, I don't think these were coming from a standard Lindrum. Maybe he had some custom EPROMs, but I'm pretty sure these were also recorded live, dubbed live afterwards. And he just pressed the button on the crash or played a real crash. Wherever he thought was good. Maybe after he'd recorded the vocals as well. Again, we don't know. The kick drum, nothing fancy about that, but it does occasionally go out of its 4 on the floor pattern. Like there. And the percussion, the open and close hi-hat and some shakers, they do the job and they play constantly, so this was never meant to be sort of played like a real drummer. It's way too drum machine-like for that, and it is a drum machine. But the last thing that I've always liked about Last Christmas is that polysynth. On the original version, they're using a Roland Juno 60. I'm using a Juno 106. It's basically a very simple string patch, so it really doesn't matter. The song is in the key of D, and here are the chords. But this is not how you play it, although it's very tempting. Instead, we're going to use slash chords and start with A over D. And we're going to alternate between taking a 3-voice chord and a 2-voice chord. So it's more about the finger settings than real chords. And this alternating drives the chords along and makes this so intricate and fun. And the E minor. For the purpose of this being a tutorial, I'm playing here in a very legato style, but make sure that when you record this into your DAW that you hard quantize everything and especially shorten the length of each note. Make sure you have a soft to slow attack on the sound, and you must add that synced delay to the sound, and then it will sound like this. So you have the delays going on. So when I do those notes where I hold the notes a little bit, the delay takes over, and that makes it sort of rhythmically always going in the arrangement. On the original, there's one synth going in the beginning, but when he starts singing, they're doubling up the Juno 60 to fill out more of the frequency spectrum, so it sounds more full. Well, that was my little dissection of Last Christmas. Please let me know in the comment section what you think and if you agree with me on what makes this song tick. And as always, I'm Espen Croft. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Cheers.